why learn in public is one of the biggest career hacks in 2025. That is the true secret of learn in public. The biggest mistake beginners make. Now, learning in public is powerful, but if you do it wrong, think of a recruiter's mentality as you are writing your post on any platform. It's a 3-step formula to writing these high impact posts. So here's a step-by-step guide on how to start on this journey today. If you're new here, my name is Savinder Puri and I've been in the build, release, DevOps, software engineering area for over 2 decades. During this time, I've had the opportunity to work in India, US, UK, South Africa. I've kind of been around the room. You can check my LinkedIn profile to know more about my details. Now, before we get started, one humble request to you. If you've ever found any value in any of my videos, please consider subscribing. It helps us quite a lot. It motivates the team and all it takes is one click for you. We went through our YouTube statistics and a lot of you are watching the videos, but you're not subscribing. Please do that. So strap on your seatbelts. Let's get started. Hello girls and boys, how's it going? Do you remember Aman and Rahul, our 2 running characters? Well, they've both applying for new jobs recently. And Aman has been applying for everywhere and anywhere that he can potentially apply to. Sometimes even 10-15 jobs in a single day. The problem? He's not getting responses. Even if he gets a response, he hardly even makes it to the interview stage. Does that resonate with you? Are you feeling something familiar in these lines? Rahul, on the other hand, is having a very different experience. People are reaching out in his DMs, and last week he got 2 interview calls even without applying. People reached out to him to say, hey, we find your work interesting. Do you want to apply for us? We have an open position. So what is the difference in these 2 things? Rahul has figured out the biggest career hack that 99% of job seekers do not know about. It is not another new certification. It is not perfecting your LinkedIn profile. It is not having a 1-pager resume. It's none of those at all. A wise man once said, if you're struggling to get noticed in the industry, it is not because of lack of skills. It is because no one knows that you even exist. By the end of this video, you will get a step-by-step instruction on how to overcome this and become the kind of candidates that recruiters want to reach out to. This single one hack has helped multiple people from going to almost being invisible to landing offer in top companies. It's called Learn in Public. And today I will show you exactly how to do it the right way. These are some of the topics that we will cover in this video. We'll talk about what the heck is Learn in Public? Why Learn in Public is one of the biggest career hacks in 2025 and going forward. Some of the top mistakes that beginners make in this area. How to do Learn in Public the wrong way. How to write posts and do the exact work that recruiters and hiring managers will actually notice. And then in the end, I will give you a step-by-step guide. What do you do on day 1, day 2, day 5, and so on and so forth. So watch till the end. There's a lot of action in this video. So what the heck is learning in public? By definition, learning in public means sharing your knowledge as you are learning. It is not, I am awesome in public. It is not, I am an expert in public. It is learning in public. And the prerequisite is, instead of waiting to be an expert, you openly document and share your mistakes, your learnings, your debuggings, and your lessons with the world. That is where the value is created. Now, I'll compare it with the open source world. Think of your posts, your articles, your tweets like commits in a public GitHub repository. Anyone can learn from them and they establish your credibility over a long period of time. That is the true secret of learn in public. It is learning, it is not being an expert, and over a long period of time. It is not 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 8 weeks, 3 months of doing this in public. It's being done over a long period of time. Now, the second point, why learning in public is a great career hack in 2025 and beyond. Now, typically, job seekers rely on their resume to showcase their skills. But these days, top companies are not just looking at resume, they are looking at your online presence as well. They are looking for candidates who can showcase their work. That is why learning in public is a great career accelerator. If I have two profiles, one a standard vanilla resume, another resume pretty similar, but this guy has links to his blogs, to his videos, to his articles, to his tweets, and they are being shared by others, there are commenting, there are engagement. Which one of them do you think will carry more weightage? That is what we are talking about. So I'll give you a couple of reasons why learning is public is important these days. Number one, it builds your personal brand. Now, recruiters look for somebody who has deep insights and deep knowledge and not just surface level generic talk. When you share solving real world problems, how you found a problem, how you debugged it, how you documented it, when you share all of those things, that automatically builds credibility and your personal brand. Reason number two is it makes you searchable. When somebody searches for you, if you have content like this over a period of time across mediums, there are high chances that one of your posts, one of your article, one of your tweets will pop in and people will catch attention. Reason number three, it unlocks opportunities. Opportunities not just for jobs, but maybe for presenting at conferences, for panel discussions, for mentorships, even job referrals. They come if people see your work out there consistently. I have personally, as a result of doing learn in public for close to about 10 years now, I have reaped the benefits of this. I have been invited to conferences, to panel discussions, even to paid conferences. I've got even a bunch of gigs. I even got my remote job as a result of learning in public. You can check my profile, you can check my LinkedIn history. If a good way to figure out if you're doing enough learning in public is to open your browser, go into incognito mode and search your name and see what do you get. Do you get article after blog, after tweet, people discussing your work? If you get that, then you're doing a good job. So the next section, the biggest mistake beginners make. Now, learning in public is powerful, but if you do it wrong, you can stay invisible. Here are some of the big mistakes to avoid. Number one is writing generic post and content. Posts like, I am excited to learn about Kubernetes. So what? Nobody cares. Provide value. Instead of this, if you just change the post to face this pod crashing issue in my Kubernetes today, here is how I solved it. That's a much better post. Avoid writing generic posts. Number two, only posting success. People do not relate to success as much as they relate to struggles. Post about what your failures are, what didn't work for you, how did you debug it, what problems you encountered, add screenshots, add code snippets. All of that adds more value to it. Mistake number three, not using SEO friendly keywords. What do I mean by that? Think of what a recruiter would be searching for as you type in your post. So recruiter will typically search for GitOps troubleshooting, Kubernetes debugging, Kubernetes expert. They will not search for I learned GitOps today. That is not helping. So think of a recruiter's mentality as you are writing your post on any platform. Let me give you an example of a good quality post. So read on the screen. I faced a nasty Docker issue today. Containers weren't talking to each other. After debugging for a while, I found that this setting network is equal to host. Solve it. Here is the screenshot. Anybody else face this issue? Is there any other way to solve it? That's a good quality, short and sweet post. Talks about a problem, talks about debugging, talks about the fix. Next mistake, posting 3 articles over 10 weeks and saying this does not work. Obviously, it does not work like that. You need quality content over a period of time, consistently. Only then will it work. What is consistently? You decide. Whether it is 2 posts in a week, 5 in a week, 2 over the weekend, you decide that. But follow that week after week after week, month after month. For how long? Minimum 2 years. That's when this thing starts unlocking opportunities. It's not a 3-month game. It's not a 6-month game. If something unlocks in 6 months, congratulations, you are a lucky bugger. But I would give it 1 year to solidify, to make your presence. Year 2, you will see things start moving. That's how long this takes. Is it worth it? You tell me. 6th and the biggest mistake people make is dealing with imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome is, who am I to talk about Kubernetes? I myself have just started learning. This is my 2nd week of Kubernetes. Who the heck will even listen to me? Like we said in the past, this is learning in public. This is not expertise in public. This is not I am awesome in public. This is about sharing your struggles and sharing the problems that you face, and more importantly, how you debug them, how you fix them. The way I think about content and the way I think about my videos is that, hey, I have a little bit of knowledge about this thing. I have been doing learning in public for several years. Let me distill everything that I know about learning in public in a video. And even if one person out there in the whole wide world finds this useful, all this effort of creating a script, recording, editing, uploading, responding to comments, all of this will be completely worth it, even if it helps one person. That's how I think about it. Maybe it'll help you as well. Alright, now how to write post that recruiters and hiring managers actually notice. It's fairly simple. I've given hints of it in this video itself. It's a 3-step formula to writing these high impact posts. Number 1, share a problem you encountered. Instead of saying, I learned Docker networking, say, I faced an issue where my containers weren't talking to each other. Here is how I debugged it. Here is how I fixed it. Step number 2, explain how you debugged it. Walk through the process step by step. What logs did you check? What debugging commands did you write? What services did you check? What documentation did you read? Everything, explain it, capture screenshots as you're doing it. And step number 3, share the solution and in parallel ask for insight. Explain, put all of that material that you've collected, the screenshots, the scripts, put all of that and say, here is how I fixed it. Has anyone else faced this problem? How did you fix it? That builds engagement. So let me give you an example of a good post. So let's say you're learning Terraform and you encounter a problem and you say, ran into a tricky Terraform problem today, setting up my Terraform with AWS. My Terraform module was failing due to access denied in S3. My debugging steps, I checked my IAM roles, I checked S3 permissions, and that's where I found the issue. The solution was I had blocked public access setting in S3. The moment I fixed it, problem solved. Now this is a very simple problem, right? With 2-3 debugging steps. The problem could be much more complicated, the steps could be much more detailed, but you get the idea what I'm talking about. So here's a step-by-step guide on how to start on this journey today. So first, figure out the platform that you're going to write in. It could be LinkedIn, it could be X. Each of these platforms has a certain nuance on which kind of posts work, but you will figure that out as you move along. Don't worry about this today. But you can't copy stuff from LinkedIn and put it on X and expect it to work. Doesn't work that way. So if you're getting started, pick one platform, whatever it is. So once you have the platform, then figure out a blogging platform. Typically Hashnode or dev.to. These are the 2 most popular ones. Why? Because these have a big community for almost everything that you're going to learn. You can look at Medium as well. The problem with Medium is the community part of there is very difficult to find. And how do you drive traffic to your Medium? Nobody's looking for it, nobody's searching for it. But if you have enough traffic already, by all means use Medium or your own website if people are going there anyways. If not, Hashnode, dev.20, good enough to get started. Alright, so Monday morning, you put up a LinkedIn post saying learning Ansible for the next 4 weeks. And you say these are the topics that I'll be learning about. Configuring Ansible, Ansible playbooks, Ansible with AWS, Ansible with containers, creating modules and plugins, something like that. What happens as the result of this, nobody gives a shit about what you're learning. But what you've just done is, the moment you publish this, you are accountable to yourself. That's the mental trick here. So you put that out on Monday morning. Monday to Friday, you learn. Now, whether it is a YouTube video, whether it is a course, whether you're doing self-study, whatever it is. But you learn through the entire week. As you're learning, you put your scripts that you're writing in GitHub and start collecting screenshots and material on what you have been doing. Don't just learn, you have to keep a track of it also. Tuesdays and Thursdays, you make a post. So Tuesday, you say, hey, while I was learning Ansible, I encountered a module extraction failure. Here is how I debugged it. 2 screenshots, debugging information. Here is how I solved it. Thursday, another post. Here I got stuck with connecting to AWS. Here is how I debugged it. Screenshots, debugging information, solution. And then on Friday, you wrap up the last entire week and you said, hey, in this week, I studied about blah, blah, blah. Here is the code on GitHub. Here is the code on Hashnode. These are the 5 problems I faced in this week. This is how I fixed them. These are the links. And then Monday again, you repeat the whole process for the next 4 weeks. So what you've done as a result of that is Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, 4 LinkedIn posts in a week. 4 4s are 16 LinkedIn posts, maybe about 15 to 20 GitHub commits, and maybe about 10 to 12 blog entries. That's what you've created in a week. You keep repeating that and you see the repository building. You see your brand name slowly getting established. Now, 2 extra tips here. Number 1, every month, look at how your content is performing. Not every day, not every week, once a month. Hey, I put out 20 LinkedIn posts. Did they do well? If somebody commenting, is somebody giving a thumbs up? How are other people doing it? Go to hashnode.io, see how people are writing it. Improve. Experiment with formats. Experiment with writing style. Maybe build carousels. Maybe put some images. Maybe make it a little fun. Maybe add in a meme here. Learn, experiment, learn. There is no right way, there is no wrong way. Do what makes sense to you. And the last one and the most important one is analysis paralysis. Do not spend 2 weeks writing a perfect blog and still not publishing. That is a guaranteed way for this not to work. Anyways, nobody's going to read this. Ship the heck out and worry about it later. You can always go and edit it later. That's fine. But get shit fixed. Sorry, get shit shipped. That's what I meant to say. Hope this video made sense. I've given you an entire algorithm on how to learn in public. Practice it, and as you start posting, tag me in that. I will provide feedback also as much as I can. But don't make the post generic. Go specific, problem statement, debugging, solution. That's the 3-step simple format. I'll also pin up videos here on how to perfect your LinkedIn profile and your resumes. You can have a look at them also, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.